If you love sweet potatoes, this might be one of the easiest way to make them. There's no peeling, we are not cutting them into small chunks. I'm just going to cut them into half, season them, and cook them face down in the oven. And hopefully we get this beautiful caramelization underneath them. And since I just don't want to eat sweet potatoes alone for dinner, I'm going to make this shredded beef filling to go along with it. And without wasting too much of your time, let's get right into the cooking. So the first thing I'm going to do is to give them a really good wash, because I'm keeping the skin on. And honestly, this is one of the reasons I like the idea of making sweet potato this way. There's hardly any prep. I'm literally just cutting each one straight down in the middle. Just like that. And now we need to season them up. So you want to keep them face down first. And for the seasoning, I'm using my Suya Magic Rub. I'm keeping mine more on the savory Suya side because I'm serving this with beef, and also because I kind of like the flavor. But generally, sweet potatoes can take a lot of different flavors, so feel free to use any seasoning of your choice. So I'm making use of olive oil. I've also seen people use avocado oil as well, so either one is fine. But one thing you want to make sure of is some of that seasoning and oil get across the entire surface. So that's why I'm giving them a small massage right now. And then we go in with the seasoning. Just generous. Again, like I said, you can feel free to use any seasoning of choice. And I want to make sure that I get some of that seasoning and oil across the entire cut surface, because this is the side that is going directly against our pan. So you want to flip them. Flip. Get some oil on the exterior as well for that crispiness. I've already preheated my oven to 375, and these are going in for around an hour or thereabout. The expected time would depend on the size of your sweet potatoes, but the goal is to have them completely tender rather than relying on the clock. So let's throw this into the oven. So now we've got some time, and instead of standing here and waiting for the potatoes to be ready, let's make something to go with it. I've got some shredded beef here. I've got some scotch bonnet as well. And I've also got some mixed bell peppers and some onions. I'm going to turn this into a quick saucy beef. It's going to be spicy, but then you can choose to make yours non-spicy. Nothing complicated, something very simple, just to serve as a filling. So let's make that. In a pan, got some olive oil. Then I want to go in with my minced beef first. And the reason why I'm going with the beef first is because it will take the longest to cook. You don't want to start with your vegetables because it's just going to be mushy. And so what we want to do is to just kind of season it up. So going with some salt, but it's just going to be eyeballing this. Some garlic powder, some paprika, and some bouillon powder. Then we just put this there. And then I want to add my sweet corn to the mix, and my onions. Then my scotch bonnet peppers. So the reason why I added my onion after the minced beef is because I don't want the onion to be translucent. I still want them to have that beautiful color. And now I'm adding my tomato paste. Just a little of that as well. I don't want this to turn into a really wet gravy, so I'm just using a little. What I'm looking for is just enough sauce. So when we put it over the sweet potato, you get some of the sauce going into the potatoes without everything becoming soggy. I'm going to let the tomato paste cook a little before I go in with my other peppers. So we'll give it a test and adjust the seasoning as required. I think it's okay. And the last thing we want to add is our chopped bell peppers. So I'm just gonna scrape those in. Also some fresh parsley, just to give it that color. And I also love the flavor of it. So then we give it a little stir and we're good. So this is pretty much the consistency I'm looking for. You can see it's all looking good. By now the sweet potato should be ready, so let me get out of the oven. They've been there for about an hour. So before I flip them, I want to make sure they're really cooked through. So I'm just gonna poke them a little with fork. Can you see? So I think they are done. And that goes through really easy. So they are definitely soft inside. But the real question is, what happened underneath? So let's find out together. Just gonna flip the first one. Can you see that? Wow. So hot. Onto the second one. Look at that. We've got all that caramelization across the bottom. And remember, we didn't add sugar or anything to this. And let's see what the inside looks like. Wow. And now you could absolutely stop here. You can add a little bit of butter, or maybe just eat this alongside some chicken or some steak. And you're good. But remember that beef that we made? Let's make it even better. I'm going to get some of those shredded beef right over the top. So we just fill them up. Same thing on the other side. And now we are talking. Can you see how beautiful this is? And now I've got to try them together. So, cheers. Shut down. It's actually so good. This is so good. The sweet potato is really soft, and the bottom has developed a whole lot of flavor from sitting directly against the pan. You've got that savory, slightly spicy beef on top. That worked really well together. So would I make sweet potato this way again? I'm definitely gonna do it again. And if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.